What the? What the? You just. What? No! No! Oh my God! What the? What the? You just. What did you do?
The woman shot dead by a federal immigration agent in Minneapolis on Wednesday has been identified as Renee Nicole Good. She was 37, a mother of 3, and had moved to the city just last year. She was a prize-winning poet, a hobby guitarist, and, according to Senator Tina Smith, a U.S. citizen. Originally from Colorado Springs, Good described herself, on what appeared to be her Instagram account, as a poet and writer and wife and mom who is experiencing Minneapolis. The account has now been made private. She had studied creative writing at Old Dominion University in Virginia and won an undergraduate prize in 2020. Her mother said she was extremely compassionate and loving, forgiving, and affectionate. She was an amazing human being. With her father telling U.S. media she had a good life, but a hard life. Several state leaders have said she was acting as a legal observer during an ICE raid. This is a volunteer who monitors police and security forces at protests and operations. Their goal is to help maintain calm, deter misconduct, and ensure legal rights are respected. But the Trump administration has called her a domestic terrorist, saying she was not observing, but also interfering in the officers' work. Her ex-husband told the Associated Press that she had just dropped off her 6-year-old son at school and was driving home with her partner when they came across the ICE agents. A fundraiser for her family has raised more than $370,000 in just 10 hours.
If you watch the actual footage of the ICE agent shooting that woman, that 37-year-old American citizen, in her face, no matter what angle you watch that video from, you'll see that she wasn't trying to run him over with her car. You know it's bad when white American citizens are being shot by ICE agents. The president said the woman was disorderly and that she viciously and willingly ran over the ICE agent. And you know what? That would be disgusting if it were true. But it wasn't, because we watched the video and we saw that that didn't happen. I just want to know if American citizens can receive a pamphlet of what the new rules are, because then surely we can read them, understand them, and then comply. They signed up to be federal agents knowing that their job required them to be in conflict, but they're so afraid of any type of conflict that they'll kill anybody they come across. Make that make sense. This big-ass man was so afraid of this woman in her car cutting the wheel to get away from him, because that's what you can see in the video, cutting the wheel to get away from him, that he shot her 3 times in the head. In fact, he was so afraid of this woman and her car that he went towards the car, because that's what you do when you're afraid for your life. You go toward the threat. Just let us know the new rules so that we can abide by them, so that we can comply. Let me give you an example. If an officer tells you to get out your car and you don't, you can get shot 3 times in your head. If an officer tells you to stop walking and you don't, you could get shot 3 times in your head. If an officer tells you to stop talking, stop recording, and you don't, you could be shot 3 times in your head. Oh, see, now that makes sense. The reason why the majority of Americans feel defeated is because we're being bullied. One of the issues, there's many, one of the issues is we got a group of people in power that do not follow the laws, that do not abide by the same rules that you abide by, the same rules that they make up as they go. And then you got another group that's supposed to be fighting this group, but that other group, like a classic bullying situation, keeps saying, hey, they're not following the rules. Hey, they're breaking the Constitution. I don't know if you've ever been bullied, but if you haven't, let me explain. The bully's gonna keep beating your ass. The bully's gonna beat your ass, you're gonna tell your mom's gonna ignore you. The bully's gonna beat your ass, you're gonna tell the teacher will ignore you. Same thing happens with the principal ignores you. And so you got two options. You can sit down and keep on being beaten until you are no more, or you can fight. Let me tell you why Americans sometimes choose not to fight. I don't care what the millions of images and videos that you see on that screen that you're addicted to every day say. The majority of Americans are tired of this. The majority of Americans are exhausted. They're overworked, they're underpaid, they're unemployed, and they're numb. The majority of Americans aren't racist. They enjoy diversity. They don't really care about their neighbor much because they're too focused on themselves. They're trying to figure out how they're going to afford healthcare, childcare, groceries. That's what the majority of Americans are doing. It's going to be up to my generation and the generation that comes after millennial to stand up and fight. The thing about it is we're a little ill-equipped. Sorry, this is our first Great Depression. This is the greatest depression. Let's rally and really come together, but it has to be before 10 p.m. because I have to go to work tomorrow. My daughter has a recital. I mean, that's if she's not shot up in her school. The president said the woman that was screaming in the video, the woman that was recording and screaming, "What are you doing? What are you doing? This is a murder," is a professional agitator. And honestly, I feel like that should be a job that we get paid for because I'm professionally agitated like a She was probably agitated because not a lot of people have a casual cup of coffee with their morning murder. What's up, millennials? We riding at dawn before or after we take our Lexapro and roll up? You let me know. Rest in peace, Renee Good. We seen that you didn't deserve to die. We saw it with our own eyes that you didn't deserve to die, no matter what anybody says.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Welcome to another episode of DDTS, episode 704. I'm back with another video for y'all today. Thank y'all for joining me. I just got done doing an episode of DDTS, episode 703. I was talking about Trayvon Martin and the person that unalived him, George Zimmerman. Be sure to check that out. If that video is out at this very moment, be sure to check that out. And also, I'm about to do another video now. The video that I'm about to do now, I'm going to be elaborating on this topic with what's the name? One second, y'all. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, we about to go ahead and get into this topic. And we're going to be talking about the unaliving and the topic that has been trending about the victim that was shot by the ICE agents. And we're going to be talking about this whole situation. I'm hoping that I'm reading from the right source. One second, y'all. Because I want to be sure I give y'all the right information and not the wrong. Now, this has been talked about for a good little bit. And probably before you start the video, before you come in this part, you probably see that I posted a clip of the actual video of what happened to the victim. And I'm talking about of Renee Nicole Good. She was a U.S. citizen that was unalived by ICE in Minnesota. Now, ICE should be held responsible. They took away a sweet and amazing person from what I've been reading and from what I've been hearing. They took away such a wonderful person. And basically she was doing no wrong. The ICE the ICE agents, the ICE agent or whoever was involved, as you see, it was the man that did the shooting, the alleged ICE agent that did the shooting. It's like he did not care at first. It's like he was trying to hurry up and get in his car. He got in his car, and as he was trying to get away from the scene, you can tell that he was nervous. And you can tell, like, he realized that he messed up, that he effed up. I'm just going to put it in that way. But it is alleged that Renee Nicole Good, you know, she was a mother, she was a mama, and she was truly innocent and she was truly down to earth from what I know. And I'm going to put it in that aspect. So we're going to go ahead and get into this article, and then I'm going to do my elaboration. So it says, photos released of Nicole Good, the U.S. citizen killed by an ICE in Minnesota. What we saw today was a murder, and murderers in cold blood needed to be prosecuted. Okay, so it says pictures were released of Renee Nicole Good, the U.S. citizen killed by a masked ICE agent in Minneapolis, Minnesota during the Trump administration's migrant sweep on Wednesday. The fatal shooting happened during a migrant crackdown in South Minneapolis, where Good was struck while inside her car. Good, a 37-year-old woman, was pronounced dead after being struck by gunfire. The agent who shot the woman has not been publicly identified, and the incident remains under investigation. Photographs was released on Wednesday showing Good in professional portraits with her family. The morning, an ICE agent shot and killed Renee Nicole Good, a member of our community, the statement said. Anyone who kills someone in our city deserves to be arrested, investigated, and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. The council of members said that they support Minneapolis immigrant community and accused the federal immigration authorities of bringing chaos and violence to the city, vowing to work with the state partners to protect the residents. And additional Democrats in Minnesota across the country condemned ICE for killing and called for them to leave Minneapolis. ICE actions today were unconstitutional and reprehensible. Rep. Opinum Omar D. Men said on X, "I am beyond outraged with the reckless Collier's actions to the killing of an illegal observer in Minneapolis. My heart breaks for the victim's family and who have been to forever live with the pain caused by the Trump administration's reckless and deadly actions. This is not law enforcement, it's the state violence, and is simply indefensible, and ICE must be held accountable," she added. The representative Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez, DNY, told the reporters that she believed the ICE agent murdered Good. This has now become what we feared most about ICE for a long time, that it would be used as an anti-civil force with no accountability. At the end of the day, what we saw today was a murder, and murders in cold blood need to be prosecuted, she said. President Donald Trump administration official and the congressional Republican leaders purported the Good attempted to run over agents with her vehicle, but several Democrats urged that the video footage showed that was not what happened. Watch it for yourself and make the assessment for yourself on which of these leaders are lying to you, a Cusco Corinthus told reporters. But the Republicans have reaffirmed their support for ICE despite criticism Democrats public over the killing. I want every ICE officer to know that their president, vice president, and their entire administration stands behind them. Vice President J.D. Vance wrote on X. Fuck him. ICE agents were also seen blocking a witness who said that he was a doctor from attending to Good after shooting, telling position they had their own medics on the way. Okay, let me see. I'll make sure I get everything. Good's mother, Donna Ganger, told the Minnesota Star Tribune her daughter lived in Twin Cities with her partner and that their family was notified of her death late Wednesday morning. That's so stupid she was killed, Ganger told the outlet after learning the details of the incident. She was probably terrified. And we're going to leave it in that way, and we're going to elaborate. So that's the topic that I have at this very moment. You can find, y'all. You can find this on USA Today, and you can find it on foxnews.com. Now, we're finna go ahead and get into this elaboration. Now, as a person that first saw this video down TikTok timeline, I saw this yesterday. It didn't dime. Actually, it was shared to me, but it didn't dime on me at the time. It didn't hit me at that time of what happened, of what was going on. And I had no idea that those was ICE agents. And so, as me being me, I go back and rewatch the video over and over and over and over again. And somebody was doing a review of it, and they pretty much was telling what really happened. Like, I basically watched the video over and over. And for the peoples or whoever, who I read and said in the article allegedly, they said that they feel like, they felt like the victim, they felt like, they're trying to say they felt like Renee Nicole Good was trying to run over the ICE agents. From the footage that I saw, no, she was not. She was not trying to run over anybody. Out of anything, she was trying to get out the way. She was trying to get out of harm's way. She was just going minding her business. But you got these ICE agents who is abusing their power, doing everything that they feel like that they can do because they feel like just because they are agents and just because they are ICE agents, just because they feel like they have a right to torture everybody they see. It's bad enough they have been torturing the immigrants that was not legal in this country, getting them, taking them back to where they are originally from. But the facts is, ICE shouldn't have nothing to do with the U.S. citizen. I feel like if you are a U.S. citizen and you got all your paperwork and you was born down here legally, ain't no way ICE had no type of business trying to mess with Nicole Good. Why on earth would they mess with this woman? Why on earth would they take her life? Why on earth would they feel like They're going to try to come up with this false accusation. Of course, they're not going to take accountability for their actions, because you know what? They ain't going to take accountability for their actions, because they damn president don't take accountability for his actions. The whole time, it is the Trump's administration's fault of what happened. They are the cause of this whole situation, allegedly. And I'm going to go ahead and put that out there. And I don't care. I don't care how anybody takes this. This is my opinion, and this is my truth. The Trump administration, they is behind this. They is responsible for this. And they is responsible for an innocent woman's life getting taken away. And guess what? She wasn't even part of ICE. She was a U.S. citizen from Minnesota. Not only that, but I'm pretty sure she was a mother. Her family, her mama, or whoever, her partner, got the news early Wednesday morning that she was unalived. And the person that unalived her, which is on that video, by the way, I will have that video up, and I know it might be disturbing to a lot of y'all, and I know a lot of y'all can't stomach the video. I know a lot of y'all can't stomach stuff like that, so I will apologize in advance. But I really feel that it is in my best interest to give y'all the right information and not the wrong. For J.D. Vance, piece of shit. Donald Trump, piece of shit. The whole administration full of shit, and I don't care. I don't care. I'm just tired of it. I'm tired. He's behind all this evil, crazy stuff. Him, J.D. Vance, or whoever's behind this stuff. I'm so sick of it. They very quick to blame the Democrats. And I don't like politics. Let's put that out there. I don't like politics. But they're very quick to blame the Democrats. But, the Republicans, so innocent. Oh, the Republicans don't do nothing wrong. They're trying to do right. No, the Republicans are the biggest scammers of them all. I'm just going to say this. I'm not no Democrat. I'm not no Republican. I'm my own person. I feel like I have a right to go with any party that I choose, but it will not be those parties, because I will say this. The Republicans ain't good. Some of the Democrats ain't good. But at the end of the day, I feel like us as peoples, if we are not into politics, we shouldn't have to stress over, I want to vote for this. I should be on this side. Whatever side you are on, it's going to be some tribes and tribulations somewhere. It's going to be a downfall somewhere. You're going to be hated. You're going to be disliked. It's going to be trouble, which party you go to. I'm just going to say that. But I'm going to say this. I'm sorry if I'm skipping around, and I'm so sorry if it feels like I'm getting too out of my, forgive me, y'all. I don't mean to get this upset or anything. I really don't. But Renee Nicole Good, she was a beautiful woman. For what I know, she was innocent. She was trying to get away from the ICE agents. She was not trying to run them over. Of course, you're going to have peoples that try to make excuses for themselves to make themselves look good, especially when they're working for a person who's supposed to be the president of the United States that's not doing good for anything or anybody. I should have known ICE agents is not to be trusted. And why on earth would you want to come for somebody that's from the United States of America anyway, that is a U.S. citizen? If you are a U.S. citizen, ICE has no reason to be messing with no one of the United States of America, especially somebody that was born down here as a U.S. citizen. I never heard of nothing like that. My goodness. But like I said, peoples like that tend to use their position and power for bad and for evil and not for good. Of course, that whole administration is going to excuse. Of course, that whole administration is going to excuse. Of course, that whole administration is going to defend the person that unalived that woman who did not deserve to be unalived. This woman had a family. This woman had a family. This woman had a mama. This woman had a partner. This woman had a life. This woman basically had a life that did not deserve to be taken away from her. She had so much going from herself, for what I can tell and for what we all can tell. And in the article that I read, I might not recite it in the right way, but I believe the article said that the ICE agents will definitely be held accountable, and as they should. They should definitely be held accountable for their actions. They should be held accountable for their actions. And that's how I see fit with this whole situation. And you know somebody else that should be held accountable in their in the whole situations? This person should have been held accountable. Y'all know who I'm talking about. JD Vance, DT, the whole administration, everybody. And another thing, while we at it, why some people are so quick to come for his defense. Those Epstein files, they have been trending lately. And it was a video on Instagram that I saw. It was this young girl riding in the golf cart with DT. And I posted this on my story. I said, I replied to it on the comment section. I said, me, DeAndre Dobbs, I said, if y'all ain't learned about his history with messing with little kids, y'all will never learn. Y'all really need to get y'allselves together. If y'all don't know what he is capable of doing when he around little kids and he have kids himself, and y'all still want to praise this person, y'all really need help. I really feel like that Nicole, I don't want to get her name wrong. I really feel Renee Nicole Good did not deserve this. She did not. My heart, my prayers breaks for that family. And I'm hoping that they get the justice that they deserve. And I'm hoping that ICE and that whole administration or whoever was involved get what they deserve. So I'm going to say this. Say her name, Renee Nicole Good. And that is my video for today, y'all. And that is my elaboration, my opinion. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with another video as soon as possible. I hope y'all enjoyed. And if I forgot anything related to this topic or the Renee Nicole Good situation, please let me know and put it in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to stay tuned for the George Zimmerman and Trayvon Martin update video coming up. And I'm about to go in here and do some editing to this. Like, comment, and subscribe. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all on the next video. Love y'all, and thank you, and bye-bye.